I do want to introduce the founder of the Congressional Caucus on Armenian Issues, Congressman Frank Pallone, who's coordinated the efforts of this diverse bipartisan coalition to help foster greater ties between the United States and Armenia. Over the past quarter century, Congressman Pallone has sponsored and supported every single piece of legislation of importance to the Armenian American community, whether it's focused on genocide recognition or on aid to Armenia. Recently, Congressman Pallone forcefully condemned the newest wave of large-scale attacks by Azerbaijan against Karabakh and urged the Obama administration and the OSCE Minsk group to demand accountability on the part of Azerbaijan. We're extremely fortunate to have the steadfast support of such a distinguished representative. He's my congressman, he lives across the street from my church, and I'd love to welcome him to the podium today. Congressman.
Thank you, Armen, and thanks to the Knights of Vartan and the Daughters for, again, a wonderful celebration. It's good to see so many people out here today. To me, it seems like there are just as many as there were last year on the 100th anniversary. There's so many of you. I want to thank Senator Menendez for what he said, but most of all, because of the fact that as the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, once again, he was able to get the genocide recognition resolution out of committee. As he said, he's determined that, and I am as well in the House, that we do see that resolution pass. I wish I could say that the House committee has passed the resolution. It has not. But the bottom line is we will continue to fight until there is recognition by the U.S. government. Almost every major country in the world has recognized the Armenian genocide. Almost every state in the United States has recognized the Armenian genocide. So it's about time that the U.S. Congress does the same. And I want to thank all of you for your continued efforts to lobby and send the letters and the emails to all of us demanding that the genocide resolution pass. But I want to say today, in many ways today, and being here today is just as important as it was being here last year for the 100th anniversary, because of what happened in Nagorno-Karabakh and Artsakh in the last few weeks. The fact that President Aliyev was in Washington meeting with our American leaders, and from what we understand, literally on the plane back, gave the order for an outright organized, premeditated attack on Artsakh, in my opinion, says a lot about the fact that when we don't recognize the Armenian genocide, we give a certain amount of credence, despite that not being our intention. We give a certain amount of credence to Aliyev in thinking that he can attack and that there won't be any consequences. And so today, I am very concerned about what's happening in Nagorno-Karabakh. It was not only an organized attack, but it was an attack that led, as you know, to atrocities. We had Armenians being beheaded. We have them being mutilated. Does this sound a lot like the genocide? Let us not forget that the genocide of 1915, before 1915 and after 1915, in Baku, in so many cases, we saw continuations of the pogroms, if you will, that were just like the genocide. And so it is very important for us, and I speak on behalf of the Armenia Caucus, both Democrats and Republicans in our Armenia Caucus. We are determined that we want to make the point to our government that we need to send a message to Aliyev and the leadership in Azerbaijan that this cannot continue, that we're not going to stand back. We want Aliyev and Azerbaijan to come to the peace table. We want to see a negotiated settlement that has Artsakh through its own plebiscite as part of Armenia, or as an independent republic of Armenians. And it is also very important that in Congress that we cut off military assistance to Azerbaijan. How can we continue to give military assistance to Azerbaijan when they could theoretically use that against Armenia? There are many things going on now that remind me, if you will, of what happened in 1915. And it is very important that you, in your activities, not only demand recognition of the Armenian genocide in the resolution, but also demand that our government step up and recognize what's happening and the aggression and the rhetoric that's taking place on behalf of the Azerbaijan leadership against Armenia. Because if we don't, we could see an outright war that goes on for months or years with tremendous amount of loss of life. So I fear for what's happening now, and I just want you to know that what you're doing here today, important because of the genocide recognition, but also important that you show that as members of the Armenian diaspora, that you believe strongly in the Republic of Armenia, in the Republic of Artsakh, and that you want us as a country and your representatives to stand strong to help them and to be on their side. Artsakh is Armenia, and we must demand that that be understood. Thank you very much.